Yeah, man, get into it, man. You can even do some vocals on the mic if you like. All right, enough with that. Enough with them ads, man. Again, shout out to Blackfish. That first song was Big Drip, and that next one was 9-5. Y'all make sure to go show them some love, man. Cop the songs, if y'all feeling them, show them some love, man. Again, we back with my dog Drew, man. What's up with it, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. I'm just enjoying my spring break, getting that work in.
Absolutely. Well, just before we get into the conversation and everything, what you got planned for the day, man? What you got going? What you got brewing since the spring break?
For the day, for most of the week, I just have been hanging with my people at Solano College, just checking in with them. And then after we get this interview done with, I'm probably gonna play basketball with some people here. So.
Oh yeah, man. That's really how we met. Honestly, you taking a beginning basketball class at Sacramento State, man. 72. Shout out to Naka. You heard?
Yep.
Coach of the softball team, man. Softball team doing good. Everything she touches turn to gold, man. Softball team doing good. I think they took a loss yesterday, but we're not really going to talk about that. I don't really know, but you said that we were speaking a little bit earlier before we started the show. This your last semester, you graduating college right now. Just what plans do you have after college, or just what do you, as far as schooling and everything like that, man? What do you do? What are your plans? What are your goals?
My guy, at the moment, I'm basically I submitted a master's application for our history department at Sac State. We're gonna try to continue with that. The committee met this week. Hopefully, I hear good news from them real soon.
Absolutely.
Aside from that, and assuming I get in, I'm probably gonna so right now I'm the vice chair of the board of directors for Union Well Incorporated, correct?
Absolutely.
I'm probably gonna put my hat in the name, put my name in the hat for chair for next year, so I'd be calling the meetings, but that's contingent on whether or not I'm actually in the master's program or not, because I gotta be a student for that, obviously, so. Yep.
So it sounds like you well involved in Sacramento State, man, and just in the office and in the meetings and everything like that. Can you touch a little bit on that? What is it that you do? What is it that you provide for Sac State, and what are some things that Sacramento State could have that are they should be looking forward to?
Oh, we've actually been on to work with that lately. So so one thing we did pass back at our November meeting was our $5 million event center project. President Wood, his cabinet, our people at Union Well Incorporated, and we all worked to pass this motion to get a $5 million event center built over at the Well, and basketball and volleyball intend to move in there starting next season. They're gonna work on it all summer long. So basically, and it's not just gonna be sports too. There's conferences can be held there. Other sporting events like MMA possibly.
They gonna get MMA here?
Well, we do have a program called Combat U right now. It's a club sport.
Where? Oh,
yeah. And we've already hosted MMA events on campus in the past couple months. So.
Wow. Yeah, how's the turnout been for that? Not to cut you off or anything like that, but I didn't know we had MMA.
No, it's all good. The turnout's been good, and there's a lot of interest in our student program. It's called Combat U. So.
Okay. Oh, for sure, yep. Man. And then you said you put in the MA for history. You said, man. What got you passionate about that, man? What got you really just wanting to dive into that?
Honestly, as a student in high school, it was just a subject I was really good at. I was lucky to have some great teachers in high school, which I actually took one of my high school teachers to a Kings game on Monday,
absolutely,
I won the Fong Law giveaway for close seats for that, so that was cool. But anyways, back to the history, right? Back to the history. Basically, I just decided to take a community college. I initially wanted to be a high school teacher or something like that, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. Just because as a commuting student from Backville, I just found difficulty finding the time and opportunities for a in-class experience during college. Gotcha. So, plus I'm already grading for the history department too. They pay me to grade, so basically it's they've been preparing me to become a professor this whole time. So I'm gonna try to get my MA in history, and hopefully I could be a professor at Solano Community College as early as fall of 26. So.
Got you. So it's basically your calling, right? It's just everything you're doing now is setting you up for
At the
for
moment, it feels like it.
that. So you said that you from Vacaville.
Yep.
Were you born and raised out there, or?
Born in Vallejo, raised in Vacaville.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
For sure. What's it like growing up out there? Like, what were some of your experiences like growing up, and just what shaped you into the person that you are today?
I had plenty of cool experiences in the 707. Basically, so Vacaville was a nice little city, grow up in itself, because I just felt like it's in the middle of everything. Like, I could easily get to Reno from there, or Fresno, or the Bay Area, San Jose, all that. But basically, since I've been going to college there and all that, it's and my girlfriend lives in Benicia too. It's that I consider all of Solano County my home. So there's been a lot of cool experiences there, throughout the whole place. So.
And he was speaking on his girlfriend, so I already know that my girlfriend is listening to this, and she probably want me to shout out. She probably didn't say it out loud, but she was probably thinking it. Just know I appreciate you, Booski. I love you. I'll be back over there. You know what I mean? Chill with you and all that.
Hey, shout out to Janessa too. That's my girl.
Hey man, love is in the air, man. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
But speaking of hoop, big time Kings fan. You know what I mean? And even in the class that we took together was a basketball class and everything
Literally.
that. And just how you play, man. You just play with so much passion, so much energy, man. You always giving 110% on the court.
Defense.
Absolutely. What got you into doing that? What sparked that passion for basketball and that love for basketball that made you want to follow it today?
Honestly, I grew up watching Kings Warriors games, when the Warriors were winning their championships in Oakland, and stuff, literally, and even though watching the whole Kings relocation saga when they managed to stay in Sacramento, it was just a good time to follow a lot of stuff, and obviously I lean more Kings because where I'm from, and then I go to school up here, but also another fat part of it was it was just a lot cheaper being a Kings fan too.
Absolutely, especially when it was in Arco.
Yeah, once the pandemic, once they started reopening from the pandemic, and I started going to Sac, I actually purchased this thing. It's called a Kings Pass. It was $49 a month to go to almost every game.
Okay.
And it was good for almost every game except for against the Lakers and the Warriors, and even then we were given discounted tickets for that. So I was enjoying that all season long, last season, and the season before that, This season they wanted to charge me $200 for it. I said no. So basically, I purchased a 10-game plan, and then I got agent over there who always be hooking me up with discounted tickets. Shout out to Chris, he the plug.
Gotcha. And before we even move on, if anybody wants to purchase those tickets or just want to go to a Kings game,
I got you. I'll send you the link.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Definitely send me that. Or I'll send it to everybody else. I'll send it to them for sure.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
Got you, absolutely.
This is an open invitation.
So what was probably some of your favorite moments being at Kings game, or what was the first moment that you've had that made you want to come back and go? Because this was the past 2 years. This is their first time really being good and going to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And having this much success. So what was it that really made you coming back and being a Kings fan and going to the games, even depending on how trash they were?
As a kid, I was still enamored with when I was 10, 11, when I was going to Arco Arena games, I was still enamored with how passionate our crowd base was with stopping on those wooden bleachers, ringing them cowbells, all that stuff, being so loud, breaking noise records for indoor buildings,
Yep.
So even though it just enamored me that even though things weren't going so well on the court and in our front office, our fans were still showing up and trying to keep our team in town to begin with and get the Golden One Center built, but in recent times, I'd say some fun moments where was watching that Kevin Huerter game winner against the Jazz up close in person, and then when they finally made the playoffs for the first time since I was in kindergarten, literally I purchased a standing room only ticket for game 2. I watched the whole Draymond stomp on Sabonis live, because even though it was I felt I got better value purchasing a standing room only ticket because I still got to watch it from downstairs. There's people who paid more money to sit upstairs. And then I went to Game 4 in San Francisco to watch that. That was a heartbreaker in person, but it was cool because our Kings fans actually showed up. We made it loud before we got shut down by booze. But
man, so you've been going to Kings games for a while now and just enjoying the different arena, like we said that they were in the Arco Arena, now they're in Golden One. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just what are the biggest difference that you see before and after? You know, obviously, you know, team success is important, but it seems like there was already fans in there, and there was already that fan base in there supporting the Kings no matter what. They could win one game the whole season, and it was still going to be a packed out arena.
Absolutely.
What's the biggest difference, and what is the best part about going there now?
Probably the best part about going there now is like obviously we never left. We've been there the whole time. Even even when we were making the Western Conference Finals in 2002, like it was a whole that atmosphere never died. But honestly, it's just, I think the biggest change for the better has been just there's been a lot better people like working there. Like there's people like who actually try to like go the extra mile to like make your Kings experience at the arena like the best. Even if you're an opposing fan, like they'll do everything for you. Like they'll give you like discounted tickets. Like they'll try to give you great experiences to go with. Like it's just a great like environment. Obviously the food's better too, like there.
What's your favorite thing to get? Plug some of the food, man, to be in it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been to especially in the new arena, I haven't been to a Kings game in a while.
I got you.
So hey man, I appreciate that, man, for sure. So for somebody who hasn't gone and is looking to go, like just talk about some of the experiences that you've had going there and what they could honestly look forward to, like you know, going to a Kings game.
Well, first off, like since you mentioned food, I'll shout out my foot-long hot dog, the glizzy. Like,
hey, pause if needed. Pause if needed.
But anyways, like that always hits. But anyways, another but honestly, like expect a really loud crowd for one. Like expect a lot of cowbells. Like mine even has a bottle opener on it. Like like. Literally $20 on eBay. Anyways, obviously, like, no matter where you sit, expect it to be a good view because there's not a single bad seat in the house. Like, expect Scott Freshour. Huge shout out to our MC Scott Freshour. He's the man. Like, he got me free SmackDown tickets. Like when they for wrestling. When they came to town. Because he got me working with the production there. Like, because basically what happened was like. They see like whenever like SmackDown comes to town and they have you as a seat filler, they'll see you like off camera at ringside.
Yeah.
Ringside.
Okay.
And then like when somebody like leaves like the crowd like to like get food, merch, or like go to the bathroom, they'll have us fill in their seats until they come back, so the crowd always looks full on television. Like so.
Dang.
Yeah. So since Scott's a huge wrestling fan, like he got me involved with that, and since we held it tight, we always talk about wrestling at the games and all that stuff. Like, so. Yeah.
So, you know, this year, about to graduate soon. Hopefully you get your MA and everything like that, or just be on the path to where you can become a professor. Looking back on your college experience and, you know, just remembering that first day you actually stepped foot on college campus, what are some skills that you learned and developed, like, through your college experience, and, you know, how are you going to apply them, you know, after it's all said and done?
I feel like one of the biggest things is that I learned how to become more confident in who I am as a person. Like for one, like become a better like public speaker. Like obviously Vista radio interviews doing miles for that. Like because I still struggle with that like that confidence to say, but like I always know that I kill it even when I try it. Like
absolutely.
Like, yes, like that's obviously a huge skill. Like I learned how to be more compassionate and help other people out with stuff. You know, especially as a grader, I gotta do that. Like for my students, like just be a good collaborator. There's like a bunch of cool skills, like learning to get involved with fun campus stuff because there's plenty of that here.
Absolutely.
Like I'm lucky I had the good connections, so it helped me get involved with a lot of stuff here.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you bringing me onto this interview. Like,
no
that's
worries, man. You know, it's all love, man. You know, it's all love when you step on the weekly mission show, man. And another thing, since you just touched on that, man, like just. I like the main thing that I be wanting to harp on, and the main thing that I be saying to just everybody, like the show is welcome to anybody. You know what I mean? Like I really want just, you know, because I'm in my last semester too, right? We're both about to graduate, and you know, just I look at my experience and everything like that, and I just not wishing that I did stuff differently, but just, you know, if I knew the certain resources that were out there and the certain groups that were on campus and how easily accessible they were, I feel like the experience, as great as it was, who knows the experience that I could have had just being a part of those groups and being a part of those things on campus. So like just for the goal of this show, like just now is just, you know, getting in touch with those students who are either in the dorms or living on campus or just, you know, even just working full-time and trying to be a full-time student and trying to be a full-time employee, to still put yourself out there, still get those connections like you said, because you never know who you might run into, you never know who's doing what, and you never know who you might need at the end of the day, or who could put you in a position to really chase your dreams and goals the way that you couldn't even imagine. So, you know, it's like I said, it's all love, man.
Absolutely. Even with my long drive, I still try to make like things work here.
Man,
so.
how long was the drive from Vacaville?
It's like 30 to 45 minutes.
30,
like,
45,
hey, man.
Traffic,
like.
Would depend on traffic. It was traffic?
Sometimes, like I had to take an alternate route today to even make it on time, like so, because there was like a bad accident somewhere. I think like
Have you always done that, like during your during college? Like you've always made the commute here?
Well, as soon as I transferred to Sac State for my community college, I always have. Like,
got you. Do you have, just speaking on like the commute, because I know that there's a lot of students who do that and commute like even an hour from Sacramento State. What's some advice that you have for like the commute students or like students who travel a distance to get to class? Like, you know, like what was some of the stuff that helped you out day to day, like getting to campus, or even the times where you might not have wanted to go to class and, you know, it's like, dang, I got to deal with this traffic, I got to deal with this, I got to leave at this certain time. What really helped you day to day, you know, just get through college and, you know, excel at the level that you're doing it at?
There's a bunch of things you could be doing. Like, you, for one, enjoy what you're studying, so you actually look forward to coming to campus. Like, listen to music on the way, like or to your favorite radio station or podcast, because it really helps if time go by faster. Like,
absolutely.
Like maybe if you have a carpool buddy, like if you have those arrangements, those are really fun too. Like, if obviously make sure, and then there's the obvious stuff, like make sure you have a good car that can handle this commute,
absolutely.
like whether you're coming in 2 days or 4 days or like even more for like a special event. Like, there's a bunch of things you could be doing. Like,
absolutely.
And that commute's like not just me coming from Vacaville, Sac State, because I work in Fairfield too, like over at Cordelia, like that whole area. I work overnights at FedEx Friday for Monday. Like, like I'm a package handler, I'd be loading delivery vans and all that. Like, so I mean, it's a good gig though, like, cause they be reimbursing my tuition too, up to $5,250 a calendar year. So man,
hey man, prayers to you, man.
Appreciate it,
because I work FedEx. I was a package handler too. Or I was I was loading up the big trucks that they have.
Oh yeah, I've
so
done that too, man.
You know, and you know how I'd be doing that. Like, absolutely. You know, you can get like regular boxes, you know, for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you get an exhaust pipe, or you get like some awkward pipe that you have
those exhaust pipes like are so heavy.
Man, nah, man, but yeah, I was there at FedEx for probably like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. Can't go to school because I was working the graveyard, so I was getting off probably like 3, 4 in the morning, probably, or like 3, 4 in the morning.
That's
something
usually
like that.
when I start. Like,
word.
But basically, like, I like it though because it like keeps my schedule open during the day for like whatever else I want to do, like whether it's school or like just something fun, like. I owe a lot of my schedule to that job. Like,
no, for sure. Well, balancing that work life and going to school, what was some of the stuff that helped you out? You know what I mean? Like, you passionate about basketball. You know, I always see you like hooping and like, you know, just enjoying like going to Kings games and enjoying the time that you can. But like, just for those day-to-days where you're not really feeling it, or you don't really got the energy to really do what you want to do, or like do the stuff that you have to do, like your responsibilities, what really pushes you? What really keeps you through? What's your inspiration or your why to doing what you're doing?
Honestly, the why for what I'm doing is just I know it's a lot right now, but you know, this is what I gotta do to like get a good future, like in the future, like like I know that like sometimes it gets exhausting, but like sometimes I just sit down and think, you know, I couldn't have had it better at the same time, because like I got a good schedule, like even if I do gotta go from work to school, like and play basketball with this guy sometimes, I enjoy it, like, cause everybody's been really accommodating. But anyways, like the why, like you know, like obviously little things help too, like taking a little nap in between all of it, like, or like recharging with like a nice cold chocolate milk or whatever. But like, yeah, like literally, like nah, it's just the fact that I have such a good support network and like so many great friends, such as Isaiah, for instance.
Hey man, I do what I can, man. You know, I do what I can for the people who are around me.
Yeah, yeah, literally, the fact that I have a good support network, they make all the tribulations every day worth it. Like they keep me going, like, and I'm very excited to see them daily and weekly and all that. So.
Absolutely, man. Nah, even just because I want to go back to like, you know, you said hooping against me and everything like that. What was some of your? Because that class used to get like, it was very intense. Like for a beginning basketball class,
it could
like
be sometimes, yeah.
It was like, what was some of your favorite moments being in that class and like just, you know, it's a 1 unit class for anybody who's needed it, needing like an extra unit or like, you know, if you like needing more financial aid and everything like that, you need more units. It's definitely full time. What was some of your favorite moments about that class and like just hooping in general, man?
I love when you and I both made half court shots to get extra credit for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like
everybody eat, man. Everybody eat.
We made some good teaming up. Like even if I missed some shots, like I still came in clutch at important moments, and I've been improving from there. Like there were some great people. Like there's some funny people in that class too. Like and some serious hoopers. So it was just a fun environment.
I definitely say for anybody who, you know, might be interested, I say just do it, man. Like I remember I joined the class, like I wasn't even gonna take it that serious. Like I was just gonna go put a few shots up and just run around for a little bit. But like, you know, it was fun, man. Especially like the people that you met in there, like just from playing basketball and how serious that people took it was really what caught me by surprise. Like, especially like you was the main one. I didn't expect, like, it's times where I'm getting the ball and you guarding me full court. Like, you know what I mean? All 95 feet, man. And I'm just like, bro, like, who is bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who is this guy? Like, really, like, he's really trying to, he really out here trying to hoop. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like with whatever skills I got,
hey man,
the biggest thing I need to work on is my ball handling. But like, I feel like I could but if I'm in rhythm, I can make my shots. For sure.
Hey man, that come with time. That come with repetition. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just keep practicing. You gonna get there for sure.
Yeah.
Any advice to any young hoopers, man? Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like you said, you hit a half court shot. You got some expertise out there. I be seeing on your Instagram that you be hooping at the, you know, Golden One Center. You be hooping with the Kings. You know what I mean? Didn't you cross up De'Aaron?
No. That's a bit of a stretch, my boy. That's a bit of a stretch. But like, there's some cool people I hooped with there. But anyways, like some advice for like young hoopers, like, obviously get started young. Like, don't get started in high school like what I did. Like, but if you do get started in high school like I did, just, you know, like, just practice with people. Like, just get the fundamentals down. Like, practice your shots from like up close and from like 3-point. Like, work on your ball handling. That's something I really need to work on myself. Like,
hey, you can practice with some of them, man. Get some kids. Right. Take them to the park. Practice on the ball handling, man. Yeah. You're right. Get you a little AAU squad before the summer.
Absolutely.
But
AAU's no joke.
Man, so just going back to like, you know, just growing up in Vacaville and everything like that, what got you to Sacramento State, man? What really got you to, you know, commit here and go to school here and really further your education here? What was it about you?
Honestly, the biggest thing, like, I just wanted to like still stay at home, and still be going to like a major college at the same time. Like, so obviously, like, I chose the community college route to get there because like I'm very financially literate with my school. Like, like obviously, like with things like the tuition reimbursement that I mentioned earlier, like scholarships, like commuting, like stuff like that, like still living with parents, like I'm still debt free because of that, like at this stage, and I'm very grateful for that. But basically like I just wanted to stay around my family. Like I didn't want to deal with moving, like, or like paying a lot of money to like live on a dorm, like, so.
Absolutely. If there is anything that you could kind of do over, or, you know, since you're about to graduate and everything like that, if there's anything that you look back on like, I wish I would have did this differently, or like, oh, somebody's, you know, first day on college, like, I'd probably take them or advise them to take these steps right here. What exactly would it be, or like, what exactly would be your mindset, you know, in this day and age, in today's society, first day on college? Like, what would be your step one?
honestly, like, a lot went right for me. Like, I'm lucky, like, to have the experience I did. But probably the biggest thing would probably be a little bit more punctual and, like, to have a little bit less late work, especially with the essays. Like,
yeah, especially like in college. Even last semester, there was a class that I was taking where the essay was like 20 to 25 pages.
That's
that was
me
the
this
requirement.
semester.
Word? What class is that?
It's my senior research seminar for history.
What's your topic on that?
I'm probably gonna write about the 1992 Los Angeles riots.
Oh, okay.
And talk about like the underlying issues like that contributed to this. So.
But how far are you along in that?
Basically, like the way the semester is structured, like by Tuesday I gotta finish like a 5-page introduction out of those 20s, and this is gonna be a very rough draft. Like, but it's just an opportunity for us to like look over each other's work and like discuss it in a seminar environment. Like so, yeah. But yeah, basically going back to like the advice, like just stay punctual, like try to avoid late work. Yeah, but I'm lucky I had people who were lenient with me, but I had some people who were not so much. But like I'm lucky, like I got to like I managed to have a good like a track record on the transcript, like no matter what. So
absolutely for the essays and everything like that, just juggling the workload. What's some advice from like for first year or second year students who are kind of struggling with that, like? You know, because the high school from college jump is very different, and
yes.
You know, since you're going for your master's and everything like that, you know, it's just gonna double up there. So, what advice do you have for some of the newer students who are kind of struggling with that workload, or like having trouble writing essays and structuring essays and everything like that?
Yeah, like I know it's a very huge jump from high school to college. Like, and then like I know I've personally dealt with like some of these students as a grader. Like, so like. But probably the biggest thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Like there are a lot of resources here. Like there's writing centers on campus. Like you could talk to the professor, like check in with them on your work. Like don't be afraid to build a rapport with professors and people. Like because they are here to help you no matter what. Like so please reach out to them. Like or even TAs such as me if the class has one too. So just don't be afraid to ask for help. Like there's people who will help you like refine your writing. Like they will help you like with counseling. Like if you have like other issues like preventing you from getting work done. Like whether it's mental health or if it's like insecurities like outside of like with your day-to-day living situation. Don't be afraid to ask for help on issues that may be impacting your education. Like because we do have the resources here to help you out a lot. So
got you. And since you like, have you always like graded for the same professor, or has it been for different professors and everything like that?
So, like, my first professor I graded for was Dr. Joseph Palermo. He's a history professor here, and he's so funny. Like he'll go on like a political tangent. Like, it is, like, because he talks about, like, 20th century, like, United States history, world politics stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, I took him for 60s history, and I'm having him for my senior research seminar right now. So, he's both my teacher and my boss at the moment. Like, so like, literally, he gave me his whole stack of Green Book midterms at the beginning of one of our class meetings. Like, hey, I have a gift for you, Drew. Like a grade D's from me.
How many students?
It's like 100. There's like 100 people in this class.
Oh
like,
wow! And he got you going through every single one of them.
Yeah. Whew. I get paid to do it. They pay me good money for it.
Hey! I do it. Yes, man.
But anyways, like yeah, I've been doing this for a third straight semester now with him. Like I've also worked with Dr. Antonio Bly, Dr. Martinez, Dr. Collins, just a bunch of great people in the history department.
Absolutely.
Like this is one of the best colleges to go if you want a history degree, I believe. Because we got a lot of people who do publishing for history. They've got like extensive publishing records. If you got a history degree at Chico, it would not be the same as if you got it here. So
for sure. And when you're grading these like essays or you're just midterms, what is it that the professors are? What's some common things that you see professors looking for from their students that you could put out there and share with the audience that could really help, like, you know, first year and second year students?
There's a lot of things that they look for. Obviously, like make sure like you're analyzing the work that you're analyzing. Like make sure you put like your perspectives into it. Like maybe synthesize it with some other classroom sources if they request it. Make sure you format your paper correctly, like, because obviously this is different with each department. Like, you could be writing in Chicago style, like if you're a history major, MLA, like if you're doing English, like, or like APA if you're like doing science or something like that. Like, make sure you get the formatting correctly and you cite correctly, like depending on what your professor wants. Try like. For many assignments, try to avoid like first person, like no I or you or any of that. Like, like try not to use contractions. Like, you know, there's little stuff and big stuff. Like, there's a lot I could go over right now. It would take up a lot of our time. So
nah, man. Hey, it's all good, man. Take up as much time as you like. Or
fair enough.
Obviously till 2. That's when I'm off. But what are some red flags that professors look for? Like some stuff that like they see it and it's like an automatic 0 or like
plagiarism.
Or just that's the main thing. Don't be out there copying nobody's work, man. Don't do that.
AI, depending on how that's a new thing now.
No matter how, that's why you get your work done early. You know, for all the first year, all the second year students that might be listening to this, man, do your work early, man. Right. Especially, man, I'm speaking from first-hand experience where I didn't have that 20-page paper I was telling you about earlier. I didn't crack that out with my girl the night before. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to find yourself in that position. You don't want to find yourself doing that. And
trust me, I spent several all-nighters at the AIRC, like, not going home, like, so I could get my stuff done. Sometimes I even fall asleep there, too, like, but calling off work occasionally, too.
It's students who be at the ARC and then go to the well, shower, do everything that they need to do, go back to the ARC, maybe eat a little something.
Absolutely.
Like that's, for some college students, that's be the grind. Me, personally, I couldn't do that, but
hey, I got to. I only do it because I have to sometimes.
You do it because you have to.
Because I put myself in that hole and I'm digging myself out.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. Heck, I could even bring my PlayStation 5 and play at the ARC if I really wanted to. I could go that far.
What's some stuff that we could look forward from Drew? Like, you know what I mean? Like you heavily involved in Sacramento State. You heavily involved in the board meetings that be happening and everything like that. What's some of the stuff that you're trying to push for the students? What's some of the stuff that like future students at Sacramento State have to look forward to that could bring them to come to Sacramento State?
Honestly, the biggest thing like to look forward to is like a bunch of opportunities to get involved and stuff. Like obviously like if you like go to the union or you could always apply to an advisory board there if you want to have like your opinions like heard about, like if you want to see something like or like vote on policy matters like relating to that stuff. Like obviously ASI has a lot of great programs. You could always run for an office like if you feel like you have backing for that. Like obviously just get connected with people, get connected with your professors, your friends, like meet people. Don't be afraid to like create study groups or discords, like and don't be afraid to do stuff across, like we offer, like shout out to Unique like here because they be putting on a lot of great concerts and DJ sets. Like our silent disco is a huge success. I'll shout that specifically out. Like totally attend like a Unique board meeting. You could always volunteer with them, like they got a bunch of great stuff. Like get workout buddies at the well, like there's, because like you could always like be living working towards your best self with not just alone but with the support of others who have the same goal as you, like and like Absolutely. and if you ever want to say what's up to me, I'm very recognizable. I'm a bald man, like come on, like, just say what's up.
Hey man, for anybody that's trying to like, or I'm sure you probably touched on this earlier, but for anybody that's trying to like join the board meeting or get more involved with campus, like, or do exactly what it is that you're doing, how could they do that? Like, where do they go? Like, you know, to join and everything like that. Where would I go to get involved?
So there is a link like that where you can apply for that. It should be like on the University Union website, I believe, like or somewhere else. But like you don't even have to do that. Like you could also like just attend the meeting, like because they're open to the public, right? Like if we always have a forum for public comments at the beginning. Like you're free to like speak your mind for like a couple minutes, like up to 3 minutes if you'd like to speak your mind. So if there's like something like within our jurisdiction that you feel like needs to be touched on, like feel free, like because we are very open to listening to you all. So. We're serving the campus, and that's what we do.
Absolutely. Hey, man, it was a pleasure.